So here are 6 steps to form a passive sentence. Okay, so the boy kicked a ball. The boy kicked a ball, right? Very easy, right? Identify the subject, object, and verb. Subject, object, verb, got it. The boy kicked a ball. Subject. What's the subject? The boy. The verb kicked a ball, object. Got it. Place the object at the front to make it the new subject. So a ball, push it to the front, a ball. Check the verb tense, add the be. Can you guys do that? So I have to push the ball at the front, conjugate the verb be, and then number 5, you use the past participle of the main verb, and then add the doer at the end if necessary with the word by. So the boy kicked the... So the boy would be, I have to put at the end, the ball has to be at the front. So what we're going to do is, it's going to look like this. Okay. Give an answer. A ball was be verb. Why? I need to conjugate a ball was, not a ball were. And then I need to check the tense. I need to check the tense because it's step number 3. Was kicked. Because it's past tense. And then I add the by if I want to, and the boy if I want to. A ball was kicked by the boy. Is that clear, everyone? But if it's very, very simple, well done. All right. Now, let's talk about how to make a negative passive voice now. A negative passive voice, so it's simple. Okay, because all you have to do is add not or nt like that, an apostrophe t for informal, after the auxiliary verb. So auxiliary verb is, in this case, be, have, or do. Remember, be, have, do? I said it's a type of verb. So the term here is auxiliary verb or a helping verb. So for today, I will use auxiliary verb, but sometimes I'll call it helping verb. So it looks like this. We have the auxiliary verb first, plus not, because we want to make it into a negative passive voice. And then we have the past participle. Again, of course, can't run away. So for example, subject I was not, okay, was is the be verb, not informed about the appointment. I wasn't informed, if I want to make it informal, NT. I wasn't informed about this earlier. Smoking is not permitted in the room. So if there are 2 auxiliary verbs, put the not after the first auxiliary verb. So for example, this is why I put has there. A final decision has not been made yet. So we have 2, has been, remember? And then auxiliary 1 is has, auxiliary 2 is been, but we put not in the middle after the first auxiliary 1. So it's not a final decision, has been not made, it's wrong. Okay. And now I want to move on to forming questions in the passive. You can even form questions in the passive. So this is for advanced learners. So if you're not yet there, just listen and then watch this again. But if you are really interested, then of course learn. Okay, right. So this is the formula: auxiliary verb plus subject plus past participle again. Always past participle, can't run away from that. So auxiliary verb is, for example, is the competition, that's a subject, held every year? That's a question. Is the competition held every year by your company? You see, if I just add by zombie spoon, yeah, I can. Is the competition held every year by zombies? Okay. You can even start with WH questions. So WH questions are where? Where was this photo taken? Where? And then was this photo, subject, taken, past participle? Or what What is chocolate made of? Is auxiliary verb there. Made past participle. So is the be verb. Or why is a WH question as well? Why are luxury car brands built in Germany? Is that true? Okay. Why are luxury car brands built in Germany by Germans, by zombies? Okay. So I don't want to go too deep into this one, but I will still cover it. Okay. If there are two auxiliary verbs, again, if there are two auxiliary verbs, you put the subject after the first auxiliary. So auxiliary 1, auxiliary 2, has the toilet been cleaned yet? Not has been the toilet cleaned. You have to break has been with the subject. So if there are two auxiliary verbs, have the animals been fed? It would be like that. We have to put the animals in between have and been. Okay. Not have been the animals fed. Have been the animal. You have to separate. Have, then put the animals there, and then been. Okay. I know a lot to digest. I hope you're all okay. So this is the last structure. And so I'm not gonna go deep into this because you're gonna get the slides, but I still want to just briefly cover a structure that you can use if you're writing. This is reporting structures. It's used in formal situations such as in news reports, scientific and academic context. So you'll get these structure and then you can copy it down later. So it will be like this. It starts with it, and then be, a be verb, and then a past participle again, can't run away from be plus past participle, and then that. So for example, it is thought that, it has been suggested that, it is said that, it has been reported that, it was once thought that. No, it was once think. You see that past participle? You guys can see it? Can you see the be verbs? Is, has been, was. All right. And then other reporting verbs are all these serious sounding verbs like accept, allege, assume, believe, claim, consider, expect, fear, feel, find, know, prove, rumor, say, show, state, suggest, suppose, think, supposed to be comma there, and understand. So those are reporting verbs. When you are writing, you will want to have, various verbs in your at your disposal. Okay, so a lot. Okay, and so I'll give you some more 24 verbs that you can study yourself. Look at all these words. It's delicious. Is it delicious, the verbs here? Okay, so let's do a recap of this last formula, not the last formula. This is like before we go to our speaking practice. Remember, recap. The formula for forming the passive is subject plus form of the be verb plus participle plus the rest of the sentence. And the be verbs are all of that and more. Okay. Right. Not all sentences can be turned into passive sentences. Not all. Because they can't be formed with intransitive verbs. It's just a side that you can read on your own. So intransitive verbs that don't have a direct object, if it doesn't have a direct object, you can't change it into a passive form. That's all. So you can read that on your own, okay? All right. But I want to end on this note. Benefits of being able to change the voice from active to passive, passive to active is that you learn how to paraphrase. You learn how to paraphrase. For example, this is a sentence like, in 2019, Dr. Rabiatul conducted a research on bilingualism among primary school pupils in Malaysia. I can paraphrase it, change it into a passive voice, change a bit of the words, and it's my own words now. A study on bilingualism on Malaysian school-going children was carried out. You see there? Passive be verb, carried out by Dr. Rabiatul in 2019. I just changed a bit of the word. Instead of was conducted, I changed carried out. And I've changed it into a passive sentence. Okay.